This is Jasmine with GreeneCore Solutions, and you're listening to the Mommy Business Podcast.
God is my boss. Being a business owner is one thing, but when you add wife and mom to that, oh, that's a whole different ball game. Welcome to the Mommy Business Podcast. We are here to discover how to win at this thing called life. It's time for you to design the life of your dreams, one building block at a time. This is Mommy Business with Letitia. Hi, Mommy Bosses. Welcome to another episode of the Mommy Business Podcast, where we are here to inspire, encourage, motivate, and educate moms and business owners on how to win at this thing called life. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Jasmine Greene. Jasmine is not only a business owner and a mom to a 5-year-old son, she is also a full-time financial service representative at the top-ranking credit union here in Huntsville, Alabama. Today's failed success is tomorrow's lesson learned. That's what Jasmine goes by. I would like for you to help me welcome Jasmine to the Mommy Business Podcast. Hey, Jazz.
Hello. How's everybody out there?
Okay, Jazz. I have one question for you before we get started. Because on this podcast, we like to keep it real. Yes, so we need 100% of the truth, okay?
Absolutely.
So, are you willing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, let's get started. Okay, so today's failed success is tomorrow's lesson learned. Explain that to me.
In a nutshell, just because you had a failure at what you believe should have been a success on yesterday doesn't mean that you can't use that in order to learn from it, make it a lesson in order to move forward and be better the next day.
Okay. I like that. So that sounds like you're speaking from experience there.
Absolutely.
Okay. So since you're speaking on experience, how about you give us a little background on you, just so we can get to know a little bit more about you.
Okay. I was born and raised in Huntsville, Alabama. Went to, of course, elementary school, middle school, predominantly black. High school, predominantly black. From there, even though my parents kind of talked to me about college, it was almost like it was embedded in me just because what was done around me in the community. I always went to basketball games, football games, and things like that. So we kind of grew up seeing, different successes in the community from the people who went to college and things like that, jobs, things like that. So from high school, got a scholarship to go to Alabama A&M University. Got my scholarship, got there, and didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew at that point was I'm in college. Okay, what do I do next? I actually had I think it was a SEA scholarship, so it was for like science and engineering and things like that, agriculture, and I ended up thinking like, I don't want to be a scientist. I don't want to be in agriculture. I don't want to do any of this stuff. What do I want to do? And I had no clue. I literally was sitting in my friend's car. We were talking. She had visited me from UAB, and I think I was doing something. I don't remember exactly what. I think I was doing her hair or something. I don't remember what it was. I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a business owner. I'm going to get in business school.
Okay.
So in my head, I was going to business school to become a business owner. Didn't know what kind of business I was going to do or anything like that. I just knew that I was going to get the basic skill set in order to do that. And from there, got my business degree, business management. 5 years later, 5 years later, 3 years later, went to graduate school, graduated 5 years later with my master's degree. And while I was in school, working on my master's, I was at the credit union here, which is one of the top credit unions in Alabama, if not the nation.
Wow, okay.
If not the nation. But yeah, I was working on that, and little did I know the things that I was doing on a daily basis was pretty much everything that I had learned, that I had been taught, and then I had put to work with the different experiences that I had with what most people call OJT, which is on-the-job training. So over time, I'm doing this daily, giving people advice daily, putting in the knowledge that I learned from, college and in grad school, daily, doing it. And one day I was like, there's no one else that I know of that I work with giving the type of information that I'm given for free.
And this is at your full-time job that you're giving out this information,
yes,
right?
At my full-time job at my desk. Some people come in and they get the basic, this is what you need, this is what you want, boom, that's it. If you need direction on certain stuff, how to start a business, what do I need? I don't know how to come up with a name, or this isn't working for me, because most times when you're sitting in that office, you're also a therapist. You're not just helping someone with their money.
Right.
They come in with financial issues and things like that. So you've got to come up with different strategies. You've got to come up with different insights in order to give them, other than $1 plus $1 is $2.
Right.
Sometimes they come to you for more than that. They see you as more than a banker.
Yeah. Your counselor, financial counselor, life coach, business counselor.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
yeah.
I've had grown men cry in my office. I've had grown women cry in my office. I've had people come in distressed and not know what to do and not where to go, how to get out of a financial situation. And sometimes it's just going back to the basics. It's 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's going back to those basics. So I was sitting there one day and I was just like, I'm going to put my business together. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I was like, I'm going to give this information, but I'm going to put a little price tag on it, even though I haven't charged anybody yet. I'm going to put a price tag on it and turn that into something where it could be some lucrative income, if not passive income, if I can get, to that point. But going back to the basics is how I came up with the name. So my last name is Greene. The name of my business is GreeneCore. So my last name is Greene with an E at the end, so GREENE. And going back to the basics is going back to the core of things. So that's where GreeneCore came from, and providing people solutions in order to get them to move forward, whether it's starting a business, maybe it's restructuring their business, maybe they're needing help with how to manage their business, or whatever the case may be. GreeneCore Solutions gives you those different insights in order to get you to that next step, in order to leverage your company and get them on a path to success.
So is it pretty much like GreeneCore Solution can get you from point A to point Z? So it would pretty much will we come to you and give you the ideas of what we want to do, or we're thinking about starting a business, and then you would just give us the blueprints?
It's all of that. So you can come to me with the ideas, or if you're not really sure how to formulate your ideas, I can help you put your ideas into place. A lot of people, when they start a business, or if they're in business, a lot of the time, and I've seen this with experience over the years and other things that I've dabbled in, they want to start this, then they want to start that, then they want to start this over here, then they want to start this over there, and they've got so many great ideas. They don't have the time, or they don't have the know-how to say, hey, I need to focus on this one idea and complete or get it started before I get to this other idea. And it's okay to multitask. That's not a thing. But if you're let's say if you're in the tire business, and then you decide that you get the tire business started, now you want to be in the lawn care business. You want to get that started, and then you start getting that started, getting that together, and then you decide, well, I want to also be a chef, and you start getting that started. You've just started 3 or 4 different things. The ideas are not cohesive, and it's going to be hard to pull that one of you in 3 different directions in 3 different industries. So I kind of help people pull it together, have realistic goals, in order to move forward.
And I like that because I tell people a lot that it's so easy to lose focus, you know.
Yeah.
So like you just gave those 3 different examples of the 3 different business ventures that you can go to. Because you may see money in this field and you may not be making money where you're currently at right now. So you're like, hey, well, let me just jump around a little bit to go here because my friend has this business and he's making a lot of money. So I want to, you know, get into that business.
Right.
So you can help pull them back together. Like, hey, let's stay in your lane. Let's stay focused on your goal. Although it may not be where you want it to be right now, but if we follow these steps, it's going to eventually get there.
Exactly. And that's where my motto comes in. Today's failed success is tomorrow's lesson learned.
Okay.
So let's say if you had those 3 different businesses, the tire business, salon care business, and the chef business, and one of them didn't work out, it's not necessarily because you're a failure. That idea might have failed, but that's a lesson learned. You don't necessarily have to even leave the industry alone.
Right.
What can I do differently?
Right.
What did I do or didn't do that did not allow me to move forward with this particular idea? And we help you with that.
Okay, because you know you hear a lot of times people say, well, you want to have multiple streams of income, and so people associate that with doing multiple different things. But you know you can have multiple streams of income in the same field.
Absolutely.
You know, so I like that. That's
Absolutely.
good. Well, at what point did you realize that, you know, I know you was working in the financial industry and you're giving away this advice for free, although you're getting paid on your full-time job, you know, but you're still giving away this knowledge and experience that you have for free. At what point did you say to yourself, you know, I think I'm going to just take a leap and go out and start my own business and figure out how I can, you know, give this advice and get paid for my advice that I'm giving out to people?
Right. So I've been pondering the idea for a while, but it took me a minute to pull it together and really focus in on and hone in on what the idea was and what I would do with that idea. I love helping people. I love seeing them succeed and get to the next step without any kind of recognition or anything like that.
Right.
If you've done the things suggested or advised or whatever the case may be, and it's helped you in any kind of a way, and I see that you're a success, I see that you're succeeding, and you're taking that with you every single day, I've done my part. And for me, that's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's recognition enough for me. But I was sitting in my office talking to people, and in my head I'm like, man, this is not enough money. Like, and I feel
money that you're currently making, or money that will be made in the business that you're headed to?
making in my office at my full-time job.
Okay.
Man, this is not enough money. I need to figure out ways to make money. I pondered the idea of real estate. Like,
Come on over, girl. We can do this commercial real estate together. Come on.
Like, how can I make money in real estate? Like, my money's not there yet. I don't have enough income in order to take that type of a risk, because I have people depending on me. I have a 5-year-old son, of course, and I've got, you know, family members and things like that. So what can I do? How can I come in and make money? So I'm sitting here and I'm telling the Lord, like, Lord, I need a better job. I need a different job. I need to do something different. Meanwhile, he's sending all of these different people in my office. And I'm talking to them and I'm giving them the advice and the insights and things like that for a number of different things. Spiritual advice I'm giving away, and I'm not a minister or anything like that. Let me just put that out there. But I am a Christian and I love the Lord. But spiritual advice, I'm giving business advice. They're like, what do I do? What do I say? Like, how do I get an EIN number? Or I was going through, I don't know if I can say the name, but I was going through I don't know, LegalZoom, and
yeah, that LegalZoom stuff gets you confused.
Honey, I was going through LegalZoom, and they did everything for me, and I'm sitting back, and I'm like, you know, you didn't have to go through them to do this, right?
Right.
I said, you know, you could have saved a couple of $100s, right? Oh, I didn't know. I thought I'm like, nah. So I saw a need where people are not knowledgeable about how to get things started, how to get the ball rolling,
Yes.
how to restructure the business, how to take little tools and things like that and elements in order to tweak and turn the business in order to get them to the next step. I saw that there was a need for that. And so I was like, I'm just going to start my business. And so I had a friend.
Hey, friend.
Hey. I had a friend who had someone reach out to her, and she needed help with something from this friend. And the friend was like, I can't help you, but I've got somebody who could help you. And so the friend sent the person over to me, and, you know, I was doing my thing and putting it into action. It was right on time because I have been thinking about it. I have been putting things down, writing things down. It's very important to write things down. If you have an idea, go ahead and write it down. Most people have smartphones. Go ahead and jot that stuff down. Get your pencil and paper. Some people are old school. Jot it down so that you can go back to it and review it. And that'll help you, you know, move forward. But she sent a friend my way. We had a few meetings and whatnot. I have not charged anything yet, like I said.
And I keep telling you, you need to start charging because you're giving away great advice.
Yeah, I know. And the funny thing is, she was doing the same thing, not charging people. I'm like, do you know how much money you're worth? You've been doing this. I'm like, you need to come up with a price point. What are you going to charge for? Put a package together. If you need to break down a package, do this, do that. And the same thing I'm telling her.
You need to be doing it yourself.
The same thing I'm not doing. I'm doing just the opposite. But yeah, people are willing to pay you what you are worth. So when I sat with her, I came across someone in my office. There again, I come across thousands of people.
You know, let me pause you one quick second because I want to ask you. So do you think that, you know, you may not charge people right now because you have that secure income coming in from your main job? Now, if you would have quit your job and went into this business full force, then I'm sure you have your price package and everything together. But because you have this income over here, that's your cushion. So you're not really counting this extra income.
Actually, it's just the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't charge because right now I have price points. It's all there. I have it all written down. I have it all ready to go. I don't charge because I don't want to intimidate someone with a fee and keep them from wanting to pursue their dreams because they can't afford it.
Well, girl, we're going to start charging because you have to invest in your business, you know. If it's worth having, it's worth you investing in.
That's
and
true.
you also want to start charging because money make people work, you know. So you can say, well, yeah, I'm going to, you know, GreeneCore getting advice for my business, but because you're not paying, you're not really using that advice and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So let's put some dollars behind this action and let's get you going like you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, we're about to start charging.
Yeah.
We're not taking any more clients. And the next client I send your way, I'm gonna tell them is a fee up front. So yes.
So yeah, so from there I was just kind of like talking to somebody in my office. It's like, I got this event coming up. It's going to be during Juneteenth and this, that, and the third. And I had already been meeting with my client like for a little bit or whatever, maybe about a month or two. And I was like, hey, there's this awesome event. I told you about the same event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're, I think, out of town. But there's this event coming up. It's going to be awesome. You can get out there. You can do this, that, and the third. And I was like, and if you're nervous, I'll be there. I'll go ahead and register with you. So then that way I can be there and kind of just sit back and observe. That's what I was planning on doing. To register, go there with her, sit back and observe so that we can go back to the drawing board and see how to move forward, how to push forward.
How you can help her move forward.
How to help her move forward. Little did I know.
See how God works?
Girl, don't give me the crying in here. But little did I know that He put me in that position in order to push me forward. Something came up where she couldn't make it. Something came up where you couldn't make it. And at that point, I had already registered. They were already reaching out to me like, tell me about your business. This is going to be your booth. Tell me this, tell me that. And I was like, oh, snap. What am I going to do? So I had to put things together in order to make it work, in order to put my own self out there. Had to come up with t-shirts, which I have on today.
Hey,
Thank
GreeneCore
you to
Solutions.
my sorority sister, longtime childhood friend.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's one of those Delta girls.
It's very fortunate I'm a Delta.
Oh,
but,
God.
my long-time childhood friend, Jakia, she hooked me up last minute. I was like, hey, can you do a shirt? She just happened to have the exact color that I needed. I'll tell you about God. I had to go to Party City, get some stuff, whatever case may be. So I was pushed by the Lord into
getting out of your comfort zone.
Getting out of my comfort zone and sitting in the background. And so that's pretty much the story and how it happened.
I love it. And you see just how God works, because earlier you said, you just prayed about it. You was like, I need to make some more money. I need some more income. And you did not have to go out there and do anything extra. You just had to figure out what you was already doing. And it was like, hey, you already have inside of you what you need and what's going to get you to your next level. So now you're just making money off of what you already have inside of you. The advice you was giving out for free, God was like, let me just work this on out for you, so now you can start getting paid for it.
Absolutely.
So that's good. I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. And I mean, and like you said, GreeneCore Solution pretty much give you the steps that you need to take for your business from start to finish.
Yes.
And we need that in our community, because we're just so lost sometimes, and we don't know what we don't know. So you'll have people and they want to start a business. They do not know the first step.
Yes.
So they can Google you, look you up, contact you, and you can help them with, the steps from getting your EIN number, getting your business registered, putting the business plans together, trademarking, lending, getting the small loans, getting involved in the community, the direction you should take for your business. I love that. Woohoo, go Jazz.
Thank you. I'm just following footsteps. You surround yourself with good people, like-minded people, and they'll push you in the right direction.
That's right. It's all about that circle, girl.
Yes,
so what advice can you give moms that starting a business, but they also, have kids? And like you said, you have a lot of hats that you're wearing. You have a child. You're also in a position, God bless you, where you're able to help your parents out as well. So you have a lot of responsibilities on you. And starting a business, it's like, well, no, I don't have time for that because I have all this other stuff that I need to take care of. So what advice can you give mom that may be in that position that you was in, or you're currently in right now, that can help give them the push they need to go ahead and step out and do it?
If I could say anything to anybody, especially moms, married, single, widowed, whatever the case may be, I would say this one simple thing, and I heard it on the Cosby Show years ago. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Okay. Easier said than done.
Well, here's the thing. If you have to get up and go to the grocery store to buy food, the only way that you can get up and go to the grocery store and buy food is by getting up. That's the first step. You have to get up. You have to put that first step forward, and consistency is key. You can't just get up and get in the car. No. You have to get up, get in the car, start the car, drive the car, get to the store, go inside the store, get what you need, come back out, go back home, go through that door, and then do what you need to do to provide the food that you need for your family, kids, whatever.
But what about when you don't want to get up and go to the car? What about when you can't just get yourself out the bed to make that first step down?
That's where prayer comes in, and you ask for peace and you ask for strength from the Lord, because a lot of times many of us feel that way. We're very, very tired. We're very tired. But if you have the strength to lift the remote to watch TV, if you have the strength to lift your phone and get on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, you have the strength to lift a pen to write down your ideas. You have the strength to get a book and read and study in order to polish your skills if that's what you are needing. So it's all about what you want to do and what you're willing to put in it. There's nothing to it but to do it. Now, if you choose not to do it, then that's different.
Can't be lazy in this industry.
No, you cannot. And I wouldn't even use the word lazy. You can't procrastinate.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you can't feel down on yourself or feel bad about yourself or anything like that. You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. Even if you're just a single person, you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing, because next thing you know, you're going to look up and it's 10, 20 years later.
The world is going to pass you by.
The time don't stop.
Yeah. Girl, that's why I say God is my boss, honey, because at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, we have to make sure when God give us a plan, God is going to give us the steps, and He is going to help us see through those plans.
Absolutely.
And you also have to, pray that God surround you with the right people, because that makes a difference. You need people around you that's going to encourage you and that's going to inspire and, make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do.
That's true.
And that's why we have this tribe here as well. We have this community, so we're here for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I love this. Love it. Great information. So how long have your business been in established?
Established, I'd say about, when did we start? Maybe like in March or April. I think it was like either April or May. So just a few months.
I like it.
As an established business, but as just giving out the knowledge. I mean, I've been doing that for years.
Yes.
And it's helped out like
a lot of people.
Yeah. Just giving like, it doesn't even have to be extravagant. Some people think business. They hear the word business and they think Fortune 500 company automatically.
No.
But it's small businesses that matter. It's the small things that you tweak and twerk and turn in order to grow it into a bigger business. There's a photo floating out there right now of Mr. Bezos for Amazon. He's sitting at this desk. He's got this little sign, a handwritten sign that says Amazon. I don't know if it's a fake photo or not, but I'm believing that it's true because I've heard the story. A few phones, and he started off selling books on the internet. And what's so funny is years ago, I can remember getting on the internet and going to Amazon, the marketplace, and seeing just books.
Yeah,
and it
sure was.
Yeah, it was just books. And with it just being books, it was like, as the internet's, growing and growing, and it's getting its momentum to get bigger and bigger and bigger, he figured out that there was something that he had to do to change with the way that technology was going. So he created a marketplace. He started small, and he ended up in the billions. You know what I mean? There's another lady around here in Huntsville who started small, and she's ended up in the millions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there like that.
Yep.
We've got a person who went to A&M, young lady who went to A&M. She has literally, I think it's like $1 billion company that she owns. She went to A&M.
Yeah, it's a lot of people from A&M that's doing some big things. Hey, A&M, HBCU.
It started with the idea. It started with doing it.
Yeah.
You can't just
It's in the doing.
idea
It is in the doing.
and not take action. And if you mess up, that's okay.
Yes.
Learn from that lesson that you had yesterday and figure out how to move forward.
Yes. Oh my goodness, girl, you're preaching in here. I need my
sorry.
I need to be taking these notes. So we're gonna definitely hear more from you. I definitely plan on having you back. Let's see,
Awesome. I'd
6
love to
months
come
from
back.
now and see how GreeneCore Solutions is doing. I'm sure it's going to be doing some amazing things.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
We're working on that.
One last question before we wrap this up.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the best advice given to you early in your career, in your life, that you followed and it paid off for you now, or currently paying off?
Absolutely. And this is going to sound crazy to most people. Don't worry about the money will come. And I never forgot it.
That's good. That is good. Don't worry about the money will come.
Yep.
You just do what you're supposed to do,
There you
and money
go.
is going to come.
Yep.
I like it. Well, tell my listeners, how can they follow you? How can they get more of this advice from you and tips on starting a business?
Right now, we are on Instagram. I'm going to have to be pushed into Facebook because I am not a fan. But we are on Instagram at GreeneCore.Solutions, and you can find me there. And also you can email me. It is GreeneCore Solutions at GreeneCore.com.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and remember, please share, subscribe, and leave a review on iTunes. Do you have any comments or questions about today's topic? I'd love to hear from you. Join our Mommy Business Tribe on Facebook, where you can share your thoughts about today's show and to get more exclusive information. It's a great place for networking and to inspire others to win at this thing we call life. Remember, ladies, your life, your blueprint. Let's get to building. This podcast is produced by Paradox East and powered in part by the Maitland Conservatory. Visit them at themaitlandconservatory.org.